I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnist write, possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
17 yards, first down, Vikings.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. A quick throw taken in by Diggs. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Von Miller is so good that he doesn't even need a nickname. His ability to bend and dip on the pass rush, unequaled in this league.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what did the offensive coordinator say right off the top? He's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsay. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
A throw over the middle, taken in, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. On first down, Fields. And he will find his man on the outside. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
7 yards on the play, and it'll be a second down. 2nd and 3. This is the tight end Fant, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Throwing on first down. Herbert, it's caught. Smith. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get 15 and a Viking. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. To throw on second down. Herbert, it's complete to Diggs. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. From the gun on third down. Herbert, that's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 1st and 10, Fields. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down.
Into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
On first down, Fields. Screen pass to Lindsey. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Off the bootleg. Fields. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 26. This quarterback now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Anthony Barr almost defies description at times. He's built like a defensive end, but he plays outside linebacker and does it quite well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. On third down, Fields. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
We got 4.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, Fields. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
19 yards there on the catch and run. From the gun, Herbert. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Herbert, he gets this one to Johnson. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get on the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Fields. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And this one complete to Smith. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
54's Mike. Check.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he has now done it. That is career sack number 201. He has the all-time NFL record, surpassing the previous mark set by Hall of Famer Bruce Smith. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Fields. And he fires one, but incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On 1st down, Herbert. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On the carry, it's Cook. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Herbert and Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And that one blown up quickly. as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The Broncos on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Fields. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Comes Minnesota. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 2nd and 6. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Bradley Chubb. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. On one hand, the Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run.
There he goes, left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 73 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And Diggs has it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Throwing on first down. Herbert. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Herbert. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains. Back to throw. Herbert. And the catch made by Johnson. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's able to find Diggs. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. 2nd and 3. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll try the draw. Lindsey. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go again.
To throw on 2nd down. Fields. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The final shot before break. Fields completes it to Fant on the right side. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around.
No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but Can I just have a sip of water real quick, please? Thank you. All right, let's go. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On first down, 2nd and 13.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
On third down, Fields.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Herbert, it's complete to Diggs. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They run, Cook, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw. Herbert. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
To throw on second down, Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are backed up as far as they can be. They're going to start this drive at their own 1.
And it was on this very site in the old Metrodome. Obviously, this is a new stadium. But remember, Tony Dorsett broke off a 99-yard touchdown run on a Monday night game against the Vikings, one that we'll remember for the ages.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. It's caught. Smith. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
They stopped him in his tracks. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. To throw on 3rd down. Fields. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. They go quickly here out to Moore. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. To throw on 2nd down. Fields. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw. Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Fields looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Lindsey. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Fields. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Well, now Lindsey lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. Following the fumble recovery, Herbert, he'll have a 1st down inside the 10, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Mike 54. Go, go, go.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even 1 step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the green and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
This is taken at his 4. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On 1st and 10, Fields.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Here's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 9 now.
They try to quick hitter inside.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he loses the football a second time. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Penny. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Off the bootleg. Fields. They'll find Lindsey here. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Broncos on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert complete. Smith has it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert, he's going to go for a big, and this will be caught at the 30. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger. His penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Thielen there to make the grab as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with an extra point.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Zerline now for the PAT. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Back to throw. Fields.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Looking to throw. Herbert. He's able to find Wallace. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and inches. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. From the gun, Herbert. And that's caught by Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run it again with Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now a run with Cook. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. On the ground, it's Cook.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Minnesota, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Denver, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.